Lying supine when you're doing early shoulder strengthening. Now we have three movements here for shoulder proper: flexion, external rotation, and abductor. Not to say you're not going to be strengthening the antagonists to those. Those are the key muscles in terms of, against gravity for function. So I honestly don't spend a lot of time on shoulder abduction in terms of strengthening. I'll spend more of my time in abduction because that's an anti-gravity movement. So if you guys agree with that, that would be where you're going to focus your time to get the change sooner than later. And you can use then the same principles start to appear here. So we can start isometrically and work isotonically, concentric, eccentric. So let's use scapula abduction as a starting point. Let's do flexion. We'll go for shoulder flexion. So for shoulder flexion, I might start off that I'm not going to let Kat move. Okay, so I'm going to keep her arm positioned out to the side, and I'm going to do isometric strengthening. The key is where your hand is placed, and for forward flexion, you want to be on top of the shoulder, so that we're making sure we're getting flexion, as opposed to underneath or to the side. And you're going to got to use your palpation skills here in terms of what Kat's doing. So I might resist with one hand and then palpate with the other hand to make sure that she's really using her anterior deltoids, etc. So Kat, you're going to push up into this hand, okay? Push straight up to the ceiling. Reach up, reach up. So I can feel with my right hand that I'm resisting her. I'm not letting her move. And I can double check that I'm getting contraction in her anterior deltoid. And relax for a second. Double check myself. Good. Push all the way up. Push all the way up. So I'm going to give enough resistance so I'll not let her move isometrically. Cat looks up together. Up, 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 up. Push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Keep going up, 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 up. Push, push. Push me down, push me down, push me down. Okay? So my body position changes to make sure that I'm in a good position and I'm resisting from shoulder flex all the way through. Remember that gravity issue that we talked about? Is that a problem right now in terms of what I'm doing? No. If I keep the resistance, it's okay. Right? Does that make sense? I'm dealing with gravity by my resistance in my hand. So I'm keeping the strengthening all in the shoulder flexors as opposed to if she was moving on her own. We said already at 90 degrees, it changes to the opposite side, to the extensors. Does that make sense? So there's that great diagram down in lower level 206. Is that still up? Who drew that, Rosa? Rosa. Yeah. That was very good. I was shocked. I was like, oh, that's what we just talked about. What are the chances? Okay. So matching resistance, you want to get a smooth arc as much as possible, not letting it be bouncy as you're coming through. So this would be incorrect. Push, 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 push. Keep it smooth, and you got to give back whatever your patient's giving you. So what type of contraction is that? We did isometric, and then we did isotonic. And when she came up, what type of contraction is that? What is it? Concentric. Up against gravity and shortening. The other way we can do is now strengthen her eccentrically. It's a little tricky. Eccentrically, the muscle is elongating against resistance. So Kat, I'm going to push you down. Make me work to push you down. Okay? Hold, hold, hold. Make me work to push you down. Okay. Yeah. Make me work to push you down. So I am giving enough to let her release that contraction through resistance. It's very similar to if she had a teapot in her hand. She's going to lift it up, and then she's going to put it down slowly. Right? So she's letting the shoulder flexors move into gravity against resistance, and they're elongating. So the cue is make me work to push you down for shoulder flexors. Right? We're going down, not up, but I'm still resisting the flexors. Does that make sense to everybody?
It's still concentric.
Eccentric.
Eccentric, but the resistance would be concentric.
No, because the concentric means the muscle shortening, and if you're releasing the muscle contraction, right? So forget about my hands. If this was 3 pounds, okay, this is concentric, this is isometric. I'm bringing it back slowly. The resistance is eccentric. It's the same thing as my hand pushing you back down. Does that make it? It's reversing the movement with resistance is the eccentric contraction. Okay, well let's do that. So let's say what would this be if she was pushing me down this way? Concentric of